I should be live.
I have to be careful because I listen to the Glass Cannon podcast a lot, and they're a very different group than us. And their GM, while I would never say their GM is a contra, what would you call it? Adversarial GM, they very much act like it. Like he's very fair, but whenever it gets into a fight, he's just relentless with the jibes. Like, oh, who's gonna die today? You know.
Don't worry, we make up for it.
TPK.
Like he's just sitting there going, I don't know what I want more to make a good podcast or just to hurt you all emotionally.
Again, we do that enough ourselves.
It's true. I can just rely upon you guys. I don't even have to. You make my job so easy.
We just hand you the loaded gun.
You're like that meme where you just shoot yourself and you're like, why would you do that?
Why would anyone do that?
Yep,
Exactly.
that sums up Laura and I.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome back to Three Galaxies. Thank you for being patient. We had Halloween yesterday, so we had a bit of a Halloween treat, which was mostly just three rappers and an Asian lady running around killing zombies, and then Kriana yelling a lot. A lot.
And getting drunk and trying to guide her through a really scary game. It was like trying to hurt a cat with your voice.
Burn cracking. You could hear his sanity just leaving him slowly.
Kriana, listen to Piph. Piph said not to. Piph said to go to the door, not through the. Son of a.
Stop moving,
Kriana.
So, so we had a bit of a Halloween special. You can check that out on the channel. So we're doing this on Thursday. And last time on Three Galaxies, you guys decided to repair your ship, which you did a pretty good job of it, despite Heart being not that much help, oddly, probably for the first time since you've met her. Made contact with Isaac's sister again. Anna and Theta had a conversation where Anna kind of kept or informed them of everything that had gone on with Gloop and with Paw, and she warned you guys that Isaac's father had news from the future about kids' siblings being on the move. You followed Gloop's instructions to go to an old hideout of Gloop's and Beatrix. Oh, not old. It's still their current hideout, I guess you would say. It's just no one was there at the moment.
There's a lot of broken windows.
There is. It's a fairly rundown place. But you guys spent enough time with Beatrix to know that cleaning up was never something that was very important to her. You get the feeling that she could be perfectly comfortable in a house like this. You went to the cabin that was in actually on Earth itself, flying through the satellite defensive field without much trouble, as your ship was way more advanced than what those satellites were meant to take down. Flying to a remote part of Russia into a very grassy and peaceful, dare I say, field. Found a isolated cabin that Gloop and Beatrix would use when they were not in the middle of a mission. There you found a journal that Beatrix was writing down by hand, stating that keeping electronic records of this nature would be dangerous, given that Vector somehow seems to always be able to find a way into electronics. She writes a couple of things. I'm not going to go over them because I want you guys to figure that out. But she writes a couple of things that the group might find helpful. And as you were reading through it and discussing it, you were suddenly and violently attacked by one of Kid's siblings, assassins, a 500-year-old sibling of Kid's, who so far, even though we're only in the first round or so of combat, has proven to be quite a formidable opponent. So far, who knows? The fight is young. That might be completely different by the time we end. We don't know yet.
The fight is young, but they have knocked 5 years off of Anna.
Yes. They have knocked her through walls already.
She will now has a life expectancy of 30.
And we're going to pick this up at the top of the turn order for round 2. Right now, it looks like Slim, who is Kid's sibling, is attempting to go after Anna, and in the book that Anna carries. Kid started combat off by flooping towards her sibling and has reappeared only to find that no one's in this room anymore except for Gloop, and she can kind of see Isaac and Kid, but nothing is the way it was when Kid left. So,
Kid can see Isaac and Kid.
Yeah, Isaac and Lucas and Gloop. I could say I would say you could see them. You'd see Lucas outside the window. You'd see Isaac probably staring at Anna, who just went flying through. Not that you'd know that. And you see Gloop standing there just petrified. Would you like to floop again? Give things a chance to change more and see where it comes out then?
Shh. Shut up. Kid's going to ask Gloop where Slim went.
Gloop will just, with a shaky finger, point out the window past Lucas.
Lucas looks like he's maybe lining up a shot on a pool table.
Yeah, with
It's a
his
weird
boxing
face
gloves. I think Kid's seen the boxing gloves once or twice.
Yeah, they've witnessed what they can do firsthand.
I remember that.
Yep. Kid's going to do their full move action over here. Is the hole over here, or is
No, it's in the window itself.
No, because Slim fucking slammed through.
Oh, that's
the
right.
wall.
There's a slim-shaped hole. It's by the window, so it's over here.
So Kid goes through, hip, and is outside, and they have no more move actions.
I think you convert your standard action into a move if you'd like.
You can. You absolutely can. If you could basically make a dash action. That would get you up to Slim, but you wouldn't be able to do anything once you got there unless you have some sort of quick action or bonus action. But at the very least, it would invoke an attack of opportunity if he tried to move away from you.
It's true.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, Mocha, I'm going to kill that cat. Okay, so with fighters, there is the option for, we have 2 attacks that we can technically do. Would I still be giving that up if I did the full movement?
Yes, because that would. So the 2 attacks are a part of your standard action, and you'd be giving up your whole standard action.
Okay, gotcha. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me. All right. Oh wait, no. So I wouldn't have been able to get through.
I don't think you were down in the actual corner though. That's where he was. I think you were.
Right, you were right here. You just kind of at the end of the session in frustration, you kind of move forward like, where'd he go? But no, you started from here. Okay. So 30 feet for you would have been like there, right where you are.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make you roll an acrobatics check because really, Kid, if you wanted it to, this wall is like paper to you.
My back sure knows that.
You're a kid, you are not, Anna.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. I have bombs.
And Kid, when you get out there, you do see Slim, and you do see a hole back in the cabin that wasn't there before, but you can't really see
anything else.
Right. What made the hole?
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do a bomb. Then.
All right.
Okay, so that would be a standard throw, I guess. This is the only ranged thing that I have, so I'm just gonna use that, I guess.
What kind of bomb are you throwing?
Normal bomb. Well, wait, hang on, because I have 3 special types of bombs. They're super
I
nifty.
think anyone who makes bombs would never call any of them just normal.
I mean, that's
The
fair.
jaded 70-year-old who hates his job now.
They are all works of art.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one of these. I need to put these actually in there, but it's called a Tanglefoot bomb.
Oh yeah. All right. So it's a glue-like resin. You throw at their feet. They make a let's see, dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
What's the DC of the dexterity saving throw?
It's a DC of 12. Or no, at the end of each turn they have
Right, that's
to
the strength
use-
check, but the DC to try and dodge it, I think would be your I don't know if we have it on your character sheet, but it would be 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your dexterity bonus.
So that would be 8 plus 4 plus 4.
So 8 plus 8, so 16. So DC of 16 to try and avoid the Tanglefoot bag. He is going to not save against it, rolling a 15.
Fuck you.
Throw the grenade. They're actually grenades. You throw the grenade at Slim's feet, and it hits the ground, and poof, like the entire 5-foot area that he's inhabiting is just covered in this sticky type resin that stretches up towards his knees. And Slim sees you the instant you go to throw it and goes to make like they're gonna dodge it, and they just don't make it in time.
Sucks to suck.
It does indeed. Is that it for your turn?
I mean, would I be able to throw another bomb like as my second attack, or does that only account for melee? No, because I'll just no, because that would be the full action. So yeah,
I believe that would only count for melee. Your grenades are like a special attack that would take up your full action.
Okay, so never mind then. I'm done with my action.
Okay, all right. You are done with your action. Isaac. No, sorry. Before you go, Isaac, Slim's going to spend one of their 2 legendary actions to attempt to break through this. Now, normally, they would not be able to break through anything until the end of their turn. However, this creature has legendary actions, so it is going to spend a legendary action to take a strength check against this.
Against this?
I know, against the glue, like to try and break free of
okay.
the glue grenade. And it has to do a DC of 12. It succeeds. So it takes a legendary action to push out of the glue. Now, it can't move, but Slim is no longer held by it.
That's fine.
All right, Isaac, your turn.
Okay. Let's see. 5, 10, 15. Would I be able to see him if I moved right here?
Yes, you can see him right through the hole that Anna made.
All right, he's going to mosey on over here and take 3 shots. If I recall correctly, I was using laser. So, laser sharpshooter. 11 hit?
That is a miss.
All right, 13 hit?
That's a miss.
Offhand? 15?
That's a miss.
All right, fires off 3 shots, and that's it. I tried.
I know. Just not the best rolls.
Yep, it happens. And that's my turn.
All right. Isaac, that is your turn. And Slim is going to use ooh,
Another legendary action?
his other legendary action
Fuck.
to you know what? Yeah, he's focused. Isaac, Slim is going to rush through the hole and move around you, incurring an attack of opportunity to get over to Anna. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. I don't have the freaking stabby stabs right now, so
Oh, you
laser.
just take a shot. Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
That's barely a hit. You hit him.
16 damage.
16 high impact. Gotcha. All right.
Yay.
So he takes a shot in the shoulder from Isaac, getting scorched in the right shoulder, but manages to get over to Anna. All right, Anna. It is your turn.
She's on the ground, isn't she?
Yep, she is prone. Now, standing up in 5th edition takes half your move action unless you have a special feat. So you could stand up and move, but you could only move 15 feet.
Actually, for now, she's going to kind of roll over so she's on top of the book.
Uh-huh.
And she is going to do a neural strike for a hit point attack.
All right. Understand real quick. When you're prone, you have no penalties against your attacks, but melee attacks have advantage on you.
It's
But-
a psychic attack.
Okay, gotcha. But just so you know, while you're prone like that, he would have advantage on any melee attacks.
He's trying to say that he would be able to roll 2d20 and take the higher against you if you're prone.
If I make attacks against you, but you may already be fine with that. I see what you're trying to do here, so I just want to make sure you're aware. So hit point neural attack. This attack on the brain can inflict damage directly to the hit point or cause complete paralysis. All right. You're doing the hit point attack?
Yep.
The victim of the neural strike is ravaged by a neurological backlash that does 2d6 points of damage directly to, 2d6 hit points. Attack temporarily impairs the victim's reaction time, causing the loss of 1 melee action. Loss of initiative and speed is reduced by 25% for 1. Okay, well, that's 1 round per level is not really what we do.
I think I just kept the copy and paste from the roofs.
So here's what we would do. He would have a will save. No, that would be an intelligence save because it's a psionic attack. Okay, that's weird. Why is someone calling me at 9 o'clock at night? That's not going to get answered. So it'd be an intelligence save, which not his best. To try and save against it. Anna, your save DC, your spell DC, what is that?
Where am I looking for that?
It should be. Hang on, I'm looking too. It should be in spells. We don't have that. Okay. We don't have that, but it's your 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence bonus.
So 8 plus 6.
Oh, or yeah. 8 plus 6, which is 14. So it's a DC of 14 to save, and not the best save for intelligence here. No, rolls a natural 2. So he takes 2d4 damage direct to the hit points. He loses an action, which would be like a legendary action or his action of his move of his next turn, which means like his next turn he can only move and do bonus actions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. And okay. So that is 3 points of damage. Okay. But that's huge because he cannot attack anyone next turn. All right. Anything else, Anna?
No, that's about as much as I planned.
Okay. Lucas, your turn.
Question, just for future reference.
Yes.
If I wanted to stealth, what would that take?
So
As a
it
turn.
would take you would take your action because unfortunately you're not a thief. No, unless your character may have an ability to do that differently. I don't remember off the top of my head. But here's what it would take. For normal characters, it takes their action. For some characters, it takes like their bonus action. Right? You
Okay.
roll a stealth check. My character rolls a perception check. Whichever. If yours is higher than his, he does not know where you are. And also keep in mind the rule of common sense. There has to be things to hide behind or around. You can't just do that like in a empty field, but you have plenty in this condition.
Sure.
You can't just like crouch and I don't see them anymore. This isn't Skyrim.
I have played Skyrim, okay? Crouching in front of somebody makes you instantly invisible.
Instantly.
Anywho,
does your character have a an option to do? I kind of remember your character being able to do something similar to. Give me
I'll
a
have
second
to
here.
definitely relook at it, but from what
tumbling full. As a bonus action, you can tumble. When you tumble, you gain the following benefits for the rest of your turn: dash and disengage. Never mind. So it's not hiding; it's dashing and disengaging. So no. So it would take your action to do it, which means you wouldn't be able to attack that round. But that said, if you succeed in hiding, the next time you attack, be that attack of opportunity or whatnot, you would have advantage because you would be attacking from an unknown location.
Right. I guess other question: do I see him from here? There's probably not. I mean,
Probably.
I would probably have to step aside to do that.
You'd have to like. So yeah,
Isn't
because
there a
there's
wall
this curtain here. Yeah, there's a curtain here.
There's this much of a break.
So you'd probably have to walk up to here, or
I'll probably just follow
walk back to here.
I would love to go
Sure.
here, but I know that he doesn't quite know everything about this place, so he's probably just going to run over to the hole.
Okay, you can see everything from there.
Oh boy!
Including the toppled stove.
I would like to cast a spell at him.
Okay.
I'm going to spoil concentration at him.
All right.
It's a wisdom save.
All right. Let me go ahead and roll that. What is the DC? It's going to be 8 plus proficiency plus charisma. 16?
Wait,
well, it's versus your charisma and your proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
at 8.
So it's 17, excuse me.
17. All right. So saves against it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Wisdom save and dex save are his strongest. Oh, no. That's not quite true. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Anyway, saves against it. Does there still any effect if he saves?
None of these have like if saved then something.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
None of these.
Understood. All right. Do any of them do damage? If it does any damage at all, you'd still take half damage.
Nope.
Okay. All right then. Is there a bonus action you would like to use? Perhaps some inspiration to give or anything of that nature?
Can I bonus action to tumble and sprint? I guess that'd probably be too late. I don't know.
No, you could. Yeah, you absolutely could. You could take your bonus action to tumble, and that would allow you to take a dash action.
Oh wait, no, I can actually go right next to him. Ha!
Yeah, you can indeed. So you guys see Lucas like do a gymnastics, like where he just starts flipping and twirling through the room up to Slim.
Hello.
I imagine like he when he lands with and brings his body up like a springboard just right in front of Slim.
Oh, I can imagine that, and I hate it.
You just look big. I'll show you.
Speaking of, it's Slim's turn. Slim, who cannot take an action right now. And honestly, doesn't really have much in the way of bonus actions. So He basically spends the round clearing his head from the neural strike. Yeah, I don't. He's not going to move. He can't attempt to grab the book because he can't take an action this turn. So that's going to be his turn for now. All right, Kid, your turn. Round 3. Kid slams back through the wall, making a third hole.
I mean,
Nothing's stopping them.
Destroying Beatrix's house.
Oh, we already did that.
yeah, no, this thing is in shambles already.
The stove. It's a gas stove that's fallen over.
Will you at least leave a post-it note
Yes.
with your insurance information?
No.
Like we have insurance. That's funny. Yeah, no, Kid's gonna bumble back through the fucking wall, run into the kitchen, and they're gonna try and beat the shit out of this motherfucker.
Gotcha. Kid, you've run up behind Slim, and you are technically not flanking only because Anna is prone.
But Lucas? Or
You have
no,
to be-
that has
for-
to be on either side, never
Exactly.
mind.
For the flanking rules to take effect, it has to be on directly opposite sides.
Well, never mind then. God damn it.
I'm trying to keep the book out of sight.
That's fair.
Anna's currently eating the book.
Oh
I
my.
have considered it.
We'll poop it out later.
Oh yeah.
Not how
Hey
it
Kenzie.
works.
Don't forget that your thing regenerated twice now.
Yeah. Remember your thing does regenerate. How much
It
does it
might
regenerate?
not have. It depends if I hit the max or not.
How much does it regenerate each turn?
I did do last week. So it's only
Okay,
for this turn,
all right.
so-
So, Kid, your turn. So you moved up. Are you gonna attack?
Yes, I would like to strike twice with my boomstick, please, on this
You are
motherfucker.
more than welcome to.
Boop.
That's a miss.
Fuck. Alright, and then boop.
How's
What the actual fuck?
That's a critical fail.
I would
mhm.
hang on. I think there's a thing where it's like, hey, you can do a superiority dice and redo a fuck up or something.
No, you can add to an attack, I believe. Hang on. I don't think you get to redo that. Let me see here.
Because
Let
if
me
I
see.
remember correctly, it's you
Extra attack, bombs, natural. No, there's nothing there that would let you reroll a 1. You can take your action surge if you want.
Hi, sorry, my internet completely blipped out. So you were saying?
You can take a action surge if you would like.
Additional action on top of once per. Yeah, sure.
Which would allow you to take 2 more attacks.
Yeah, why not? Let's do that. I'll use my action surge.
All right.
Beat the shit out of this fucker.
That's a hit. Now, since this is the first time you've been using it, just a reminder of how this would work for you. You can choose to add one of your superiority dice to your roll, which would increase the damage by that die amount, and allow you to add something to your attack. For example, you could add menacing attack, where if they fail to save, they are scared of you and must run away from you. You could add a trip attack, which if they fail to save, they will fall prone. You can do evasive footwork, which is when you move on your turn, your AC goes up. You could do disarming attack, which probably won't help much because they don't have a weapon.
No, he doesn't.
But you could do one of those, and not only would it increase the damage of your attack, but it would also give you a neat effect if they fail to save.
What's the save for menacing?
Menacing attack is a wisdom saving throw.
I'll just add to the damage. So I click there and then also roll a D6 or D8.
True, but you have to also choose an effect. Or let me put it this way.
Oh.
You don't have to, but there's no reason not to. You're going to be spending a superiority die to get the extra damage. Might as well choose an effect because you never know. You could fail it. It doesn't hurt you at all to choose an effect. You could do trip attack. You could do menacing attack. Like you think, oh, maybe he probably won't fail it. But if he did, he gets scared and has to run away from you, and thus Anna. Or another thought, you could do a trip attack. If he fails that, he falls prone, and your next attack, which you have because of your action surge, has advantage because he's now a prone target.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So it's going to be a strength saving throw. So go ahead and roll damage, and then add a D8 to that damage.
Boop.
I wish that dude ran away.
And then add one more D8.
And D8.
Okay. So then that's 22 points of damage, and it's a strength saving throw against a DC that is your proficiency and dex. So it's 16, just like the bombs.
I thought it was a strength saving.
No, he has to roll strength against your your dex and proficiency and 8. So he has to get a 16 or higher. He's only got a strength save of not the best. Not the best at the moment, anyway. No, just barely. Does not get it. So yeah. You come up, you run up. I was gonna say you aim low, but actually you probably just aim normal chest level.
I was gonna say, like, there's no point in aiming lower. You're just going to be attacking his toes.
Crack him in the knee with your boomstick, doing 22 points of damage, and basically you take his feet out from under him, and he just slams onto the floor.
Suck it.
And you have one more attack still, which can be
and
taken
that's at advantage. Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. All right.
Does getting up take an attack of opportunity?
No, not in 5th edition. No.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 hits. You can also, if you choose to, and again, that's burning another superiority die. You can use a superiority die on every single attack. So if you wanted to do menacing strike, if you wanted to do whatever,
just beat the living shit out of this guy.
Do it.
So just 14 points of damage.
Or fuck it, do another 8 with menacing.
Okay,
nice.
With menacing. So wow, nice 7. So we're looking at what, another 21 points of damage. Okay, all right. So wow,
Kid's
so
coming at him with a vengeance.
Yeah, in one round you did over 40 points of damage, and he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Saves. Not scared, but flat on the ground.
Oh my god, get out.
All right. Flat on the ground. Kid, that is your turn?
That is my turn. Oh boy.
All right. Before at the end of your turn, Slim is going to take a legendary action to attempt to grapple the book out from underneath Anna.
That's going to be really hard.
If he touches me, he gets shocked.
It's going to be hard. Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the tricky part.
First
of all, he doesn't know that part. Secondly, the way I would look at this is he would have to roll to grapple you, right? So there'd be a contested roll. And he'd have to grapple you. And then on his next action, if he succeeds the grapple, he can then attempt to rip the book away. Make sense?
Thumbs up.
I'm sorry?
Thumbs up.
Gotcha. Now go ahead and do damage to him because he's got to. Not that he knows this
Oh.
until now, but he's got to.
Let's ignore that. You gonna roll? 6.
Yep. So he does 6 damage. He takes 6 damage. Give me that. Sorry. Give me that. Give me that damage.
Here you go.
Don't hoard the damage. Give it to me.
I'm
and
trying.
do a. It is his strength check versus your dex or strength, whichever you prefer.
Strength or dex?
Yes.
The saving
so
throw.
it's not a saving
dice,
throw.
right?
It's a check.
Okay. So the other clicky thing that says dexterity.
Correct.
Okay. 14.
Okay. He pushes through the electrical field, taking quite a shock, and you hear like a little of surprise, but does manage to grapple onto you and start to slowly roll you off the book. Isaac, your turn. And by the way, they're both still prone.
Yeah. So
It's where Adam belongs, in the dirt.
incidental action to twirl his guns back into his holster, mosey on over, take out his scythe, and smack this bitch up. This one right here. That one.
That one. Gotcha. I mean, because there's a lot of targets there. It's
Definitely
important
this
to
one.
denote.
I mean, if you want me to, I guess. Alright, so scythe. 21 versus AC.
That's a hit.
Oh yeah, and that was advantage. Let me roll
Yeah,
that
you need
again.
So
Sorry.
Roll it again to see if you crit. No,
Okay.
you didn't crit
No.
though.
Okay.
roll out
So
that one, which is
to
pretty
color
nice.
the scene, what does Isaac do when he summons the scythe? Does he just like hold his hands out and it appears?
He I'm just gonna go ahead and use the trope. Have you ever seen Dragon Ball Super?
Yes.
Do you know Goku Black?
Have
Brings
not
his
seen that one.
hands. Okay. So have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes.
Claps his hands together, and when he pulls them apart, he pulls out a solid beam of light between them, and at the end is a blade.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Twirls his guns away, walks forward, claps his hands together. Psychic blade.
Yep.
All right, a
And-
roll for the first attack.
All right, that is going to be 3d10. Fucking 7. Are you serious?
Yep, 2, 2, and a
Welcome.
1. Plus 2.
Welcome to attack rolls.
Action
Except-
surge. Let's fucking do this.
Hey, it's still better than my 1 and my 2 for 2d6.
Don't you
Mhm.
have 2 attacks?
This is cantrip.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. So it, as far as I know, it doesn't count for that. unless
No,
you
it doesn't
want to.
count as 2. Yeah, every time you use
Yeah.
that, it's just 1 attack. But your action surge would let you do it again.
Yeah.
Definitely.
17 versus AC.
No, not enough to hit. Need an 18 there, my friend.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, he's a wily one. He like squirms like a snake.
Okay.
All right.
That's my turn.
Oh, okay. All right. But he looks hurting. He's not doing the best at the moment. Okay. Anna, it's your turn. You're currently grappled.
How do you break it?
You make a strength or dex check versus his strength check.
I'm just quickly. No, that won't do what I want, and I'm too lazy to go look to see if I have anything like a flashbang. Yeah, I should probably just try doing that. There was a dex thing?
Dex or strength, whichever's higher, the check versus
Okay.
his dex or strength check.
Okay. Fuck.
All right, and he rolls. Yeah.
I know
So
I
you
should have just
try and
bit him.
break from his grip, but he's just solid steel with those hands around you. All right, that's your action. You still have, well, you don't have movement because you're restrained right now, but you have a bonus action if you can do anything with it.
I don't know enough to think of a bonus action quickly enough.
All
So
right.
I'm not quite sure what that means. There's no time to explain it now.
Gotcha. Then he is going to use his second legendary action for this round.
Oh, real
before
quick,
Lucas's turn.
would there be? Remind me for every, because during her turn, wouldn't he also have to take damage? Or
It
is
would
it
be on
every
his turn. Yeah,
his
he wouldn't take it on his turn and her turn. He would take it. So every time his turn starts where he is gripping her, he will take damage.
Gotcha.
Yes, Anna.
So, knowing, sorry, Kid, for this and others in this room, knowing how Kid has sensitive hearing, can I just scream and hope that affects him?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let me think. How would that work? How would that work?
Performance check.
Oof.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say performance check. And I'm just gonna give it a DC.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm gonna just give it a. You have to get a DC of 20 on a performance check,
Okay.
and we'll say this is your bonus action.
Okay.
You scream really loud, and Kid, you would know this. It's discomforting, but you and Slim have been trained to assassinate people. Usually, loud screams are not going to be enough to stop you.
It was a thought, though.
Yeah, though I mean, doesn't mean that there's not a first. Because Anna's like, and 12 is enough that it was damn annoying, really annoying scream.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's going to take his secondary legendary action to spend a psi point to perform feat of strength. Slim's body, his entire body, bulges to the size of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just bursts in size, as he will now have a +5 bonus to strength checks and saves until the end of its next turn. That's his legendary action. So Anna, he's holding you, and you just see him swell up.
Still not attracted to you.
It's not flexing.
It's still like it's like, and now he is.
Do you lift, brah? Lucas, your turn.
All right. If I do spells or abilities or whatnot next turn, do I get provokes or whatnot?
No.
Okay.
In fact, the only thing that'll provoke opportunity attacks in 5th edition is walking away or special abilities and such.
Okay. So I would like to, first things first, give Anna a great boon.
I will say, I'm sorry, real quick, not going to be a problem for what you're doing, but I should point out for everyone's knowledge, doing ranged attacks, including ranged spell attacks, right in front of someone when someone's within melee range, that is done at disadvantage unless you have like a special feat or something. So not going to hurt you,
Wait,
Lucas, but I do want to give you the full answer. No. A ranged spell attack or ranged attack would be at disadvantage. And what I mean by ranged spell attack is a spell where you actually throw something and have to try and hit an AC.
Okay.
So what you're trying to do is not what we would call a ranged spell attack.
I think my sharpshooter ignores that.
Yes.
Even if it is the case.
Yes, that would be very true. So never mind.
All right, cool. I'm still good. Just checking.
Yeah, no, you're right. That would just basically ignore that.
Okay, cool. So I would like to give Anna a boon. Let's see if I can just put down a.
She gets swole.
Lucas gives you a baboon.
You get this long line of text. Basically, I inspire you. Anna, don't give him the book.
No shit.
So
These
anytime
inspires
within
me.
the next 10 minutes, when you make a roll that is pretty much anything but a damage roll, right? So an ability check, a save, an attack roll, any of those, you can choose to add, I think it's 1d8
D10.
now. Oh, D10. Okay, it's a D10 now. You can add a D10 to that roll after you roll, but before I tell you the results. So in other words, you can roll it, look at it, and go, I don't think that's going to do it. Let me use my inspiration. which is really cool because if you roll great, you can just save the inspiration.
Yeah.
Lucas's words inspire you.
And
think it's
still
probably-
to this nerd, I'm going to continue to berate him trying to lose his concentration.
Look, I was gonna say that makes you inspired, but really that's probably what we should be handing him. So I'm gonna give you angel wings because you're inspired, and him I'm gonna give the most relevant icon that was ever made. He's a swole boy.
All right, roll that DC for your whiz.
Yeah, wisdom save. Gotcha. Oh, a natural 19 on the die, 25 to save against.
What a
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah. All right. Lucas, that's your turn. It's now Slim's turn. Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Slim with his big muscles, much macho, reaches in and attempts to tear the book away from you. This is a strength check versus.
Before you roll, Squee, let her so she can choose her D10 or not.
Exactly. I won't roll. I'll let you go first. You can choose your dex because I'm assuming that's better than your strength.
Yeah.
So you can roll it and then choose to add the D10 to that roll. And remember, he's got a +5 right now in addition to his normal strength saving throw. So
Yeah, I ain't risking it.
okay.
I'm sorry if I waste you, Piph.
That's okay. Do your D10, see how it goes. Yes!
Oh my god. Slim will have to use a nat 20. Now, an interesting thing to note here that Anna, you realize by now, and Kid, you would have known this, of course, but lucky for you guys, Slim did not inherit Kid's strength. Inherited some things from Kid, but not their strength. Otherwise, this would not have been a contest in any way, shape, or form. He basically has to roll a nat 20 because he has a strength save of +2. Well, strength check of +2. Now, right now at this moment, it's +7. So he has to get a nat 20 or nope. He pulls, but somehow Anna just digs in deep and slides in a certain way using her dexterity to just slip that book out from Slim's grasp.
She pulls the rubber limbs, where you hold on to somebody and you let your limb just flail around.
Right. And not only that, but this breaks this wouldn't break the grapple. You still have to break the grapple, but this gets the book out of his reach for the time being.
Since this is his turn, does he get more damage?
Yes,
From the
yes,
lady?
he does. Yes, he does. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
5.
Okay, he takes 5 more damage. So okay, and because he doesn't like being on the ground where everyone can just kick him like Goodfellas, he uses his move action to stand up. And that would be his turn. And he stands up like in rage. He stands up just still holding on to Anna, like half lifting her body off the floor. Kid, your turn.
Then loses his strength.
Yeah, exactly. And then he lifts the body half off the floor, and then his muscles go down. And Anna kind of sinks back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think Hannah's a string bean.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Very intimidating. Well done.
Yeah, it's a
If
funny sight.
someone touches Slim at this point, would the aura of electricity affect them as well? Okay.
No.
Kid would like to continue beating the shit out of their sibling, please and thank you.
Okay.
Although your hair is standing up on end.
Yes.
Of course.
You and Slim look like
Oop.
Oh no,
spiky ball.
everyone.
It'd just be the 16. Wouldn't be you know what? No, I would say Kid has advantage because even though Anna's prone, Slim is currently trying to grapple her, so it's very clear to say that his attention was not on Kid. You know what I mean? So I'll
Okay, yeah.
give you advantage on this one. And
Okay.
18 is just enough to hit.
That's at least a backslap.
Boop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even just trying to be
Sucker
generous here. I
punch.
honestly think that's just fair. Maybe not for Isaac and Lucas, but definitely for Kid, who's directly behind him. Yeah. All right, so that's
Go
12
for the
points of damage.
knees.
Are you going to go for a trip attack again?
Stop putting it
Why
on.
not? Just use all my superiority die.
Okay, hang on. He doesn't have his
like that
strength
guy.
anymore.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have his strength anymore.
No!
Suck a dick.
Slim, like I like to imagine this time you hit it from the other side, so now he falls into the wall and slides down.
Oh, you mean the window?
Yeah, like he cracks his head against the window and then slides down. He's prone again. Go ahead and add another D8 to the damage.
Woo, I'm so excited. I like being a fighter. This is fun.
It's good. Fighters are good, especially
You don't miss
maneuver.
You don't miss your
Another
acid
6
splash.
damage.
So 18
Look,
damage,
man.
and you still get one more attack. And this
Yup.
time definitely at advantage.
Boop.
What's the first one?
That's enough to
18.
hit, just barely.
Fuck
2
yes.
more damage.
16.
Okay, 16 more damage. Nicely done. Good round. Yeah, he's lost a good deal of health here. He doesn't look like he's in like death's door or anything close to that, but man, he looks hurt.
Kid's just like smacks him in the knee again. He falls, smacks him on the head. Let go of my friend!
I just love this image. Like he gets up looking all impressive, loses his strength, Anna sinks a little bit, and then he just gets smacked right back down again. Brilliant assassin this boy is. However, before Isaac's turn, he is going to take up both legendary actions at once. And he's going to say
Murder.
He's going to say, "Fine. Death it is then." And he is going to use both his legendary actions to leap away, taking opportunity attacks from everyone banana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I cast spoil concentration.
Oh, it was right, because you can cast spells. Nice. So, wisdom saving, yes?
Yes.
Wisdom save.
14?
Fail.
Failure!
What does it do?
Oh boy, this one's great. The victim's easily distracted, not very alarmed or focused, missing many obvious things. All wisdom and intelligence-based skills are at disadvantage, and the victim cannot cast any spells that require concentration. And I'm going to assume that also counts as psionics as well.
It would. There are some that require concentration, none that he has up at the moment, but that does make some that he cannot use. And he's at disadvantage for any intelligence and wisdom ability checks.
I think just abilities. Base skills.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So you cast that. Oh, that's a few interesting ones he won't be able to use. Actually, you know what I'm going to say? I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but I think it's fair. I'd say his form reverts back into a furry form instead of the red scaly hide, dropping his AC down just a little bit.
So question. He's getting up when he's provoking these attacks of opportunity, right? So I would no longer have
it's
advantage.
not the getting up that's provoking, it's he's moving back away from you all.
I'm asking if I have advantage or not.
No.
Okay.
Because
So
the
normal-
opportunity attack doesn't come when he gets up, it comes when he tries to move away. Oh my. Critical hit.
Gets his clock clean.
Oh my God.
immediately.
Roll
Fucking
and double.
yes!
Oh my God.
41 damage.
Yes, it
God,
is.
I
junk.
think
Holy
Kid
hell.
also get an attack of
Yes,
opportunity?
kid gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Crap. Is that 41 points of damage?
41 points of
Okay.
damage. Yeah.
All right, I'll save the and kid. Yes, you hit with that 26.
That's when he knew he fucked up.
64 points of good lord, 64 points of damage.
23.
Right,
points
so
of
total with
damage.
Isaac, that's 64 points of damage.
Would I be able to do another superiority dice with this attack of opportunity, or is that
You
not an option?
can do it with any attack,
Any attack?
any single attack.
Yep.
Would like to do another one.
You're gonna try and
Another
trip him
sweeping
again?
attack, please.
Yes, you can trip him back down. Please,
Oh my God.
please do this.
On your fucking knees.
Son of a bitch!
Death it is. Oh shit! Fuck.
Yeah,
He didn't
you're
specify
dead.
who's death.
He didn't
And another 4
specify.
damage.
Oh my god, 68 points of damage. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's wow.
Japanese.
Oh, oh, this was a bad idea, Slip.
Yes, it was. He was never
It was a
very
very
smart.
bad idea.
Mhm.
All right, let me see here, because he still technically can take the action that he was trying to do. Yeah, but it's kind of pointless now. What he can do, here's what he'll do. Here's what he'll do instead. Instead of what he was planning on doing, he because he's burning both legendary actions to do this. One
Yeah.
to try and get away, and one to do an attack. So he switches gears a little bit and hits everyone with acid spray. You guys hit him so hard, but as you hit him, black ichor sprays from his wounds, hitting each of you, anyone within 5 feet of him. And
Which is
you all,
everyone.
yeah, you all take 6 points of damage.
Oh
And
no,
okay.
whatever
Right
shall
back
we
to the
do?
floor.
Does that go to my shield or to my hit?
Your shield.
That
Would go to your
goes to
shield.
your shield. Yeah.
He
It's
was so
always
impressive in
temporary
the first
HP
round.
before HP. Yeah.
That's the only time he's impressive.
Dude, Squee,
Uh-huh.
I had to go into melee because of the advantage because he was prone. But
Right.
if I hit all 3 of my shots, each of them can do 26 damage.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you have sharpshooter?
Yes.
Oh, so you can just do it
Obviously.
close range.
I can do it at close range?
Yeah,
Mhm.
if you have sharpshooter, you can do it at close range no matter what. You just be at disadvantage, but with sharpshooter, you ignore that disadvantage. No, wait, no, it's close combat expert. I think actually
Yeah.
that does that.
Sharpshooter is. Oh
It's
yeah,
crossbow
firearm expert.
expert.
Firearm expert,
Firearm
which I have.
expert that would do
I
that.
have.
Do you have firearm expert?
I do. So,
Well then,
is it my turn?
it's your turn.
I let go of the side and spin out my guns again. Let's shoot this fucker. First one, 8.
That's a
Second
miss, I'm
one,
afraid.
oh, that's
That's a
gonna
hit.
hit. 16. I got a 1.
16.
Ugh,
Okay, all right,
that's
16.
minimum damage. An offhand laser.
Oh, for the love of God.
4 plus 7.
Oh, okay, so that's
Okay,
11 and
plus
16,
30.
so 27.
Plus 30.
27, right? What? mean,
Because that for some reason it doesn't have the plus 10. Sorry, plus 10.
Plus 10 for the...
I guess
For
offhand
the
laser?
Does your offhand...
I was
add
trying to
dex
do
bonus? Do you-
the I was trying to do the sharpshooter and I hit the offhand laser. Okay, never mind. So that much damage.
All right, gotcha. Okay, so,
Yeah,
so
it
just to
hit
be clear
the-
real quick. What's your fighting style?
My fighting style is gunner.
Got it. So you don't get to add dex to your offhand weapon.
No.
Okay.
I hit the wrong macro, which is just the normal offhand laser instead of the offhand laser with sharpshooter, which
Oh,
would
I
do
see.
10 more
Yeah, I
damage
see.
per shot.
I see.
So it
All
would
right,
be
but still, you do
20, 31 damage.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm not going to penalize you just for a misclick.
Okay.
So 31 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slim's not looking so hot. He's not looking so hot at all. Okay. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Anna, you're not
There's like-
grappled anymore.
I'm still on the ground.
You are still on the ground, yes.
Can I crawl away, or am I too surrounded?
Yeah, you're in a corner. It'd be like there's nowhere for you to crawl to, really. You could crawl past Isaac. You'll take an attack of opportunity.
Can I take lightning and just shoot this wall?
You mean like blast the wall and get through? Sure.
Will that take a opportunity?
Well, when you move away, it will. But
Uh.
no. Just making the attack will not.
Nah. I thought he would be dead from that by now.
Yeah, he's not looking good. I'll tell you that. I don't know if we're gonna make it to his turn or not.
It's oh, he's within touching range, isn't he?
Sure is.
It's not often I'm within touching range of people, so this costs the not have to double ISB. So let's do disorientation.
Okay.
If I can, where did I put that? Uh-oh. Sorry. There you are.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. That's fine. I didn't think to use it. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I probably should have reminded you.
Yeah, I could have, but that's fine. Sudden shock to the system has disadvantage on attack rolls. Is 15. That's not going to hit.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Nice try. Not a hit.
I am probably grabbing onto his foot right now, though, because I'm doing touch for it.
Right. You wouldn't be considered grappled, but you do have a hold.
I just wanted to touch him. I didn't want to restrict him at all. So
absolutely, yeah. Almost to his AC now that he's no longer Scaly McScale Scales. All right, Lucas, your turn.
I swing at him with my mighty boxing gloves of doom.
Finish him.
These things are not as impressive as everyone else's biz. Oh, wow.
Oh, that is enough to hit. However, he is going to take his reaction to harden, using his psychic abilities to harden his skin, adding a +1 AC for each side point he spends on the ability until the end of his next turn. And he is going to spend the full 7 points because holy fuck, this guy is almost dead. So he is pumping his AC. Yeah, as a reaction.
Oh, I was gonna say if that required concentration.
No, it's because it only lasts until the end of his next turn. So it's you turn it on and then it fades away.
Okay.
So he's gonna pump his AC up to 23 until the end of his next turn.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Anything else there, Lucas?
No.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I'm going to give another inspiration to Anna.
Gotcha.
Make sure you protect my baby with your life.
Lucas says, never having
Look, I
met
think
the
I'm the one
book.
going through pain for this.
Oh man, this is so risky. But it's his turn. He has an AC of 23. He is really pissed and almost mad with rage because he's almost dead. And kid, you've probably seen. Have you seen Slim in life and death situations before?
No, because he usually avoids them like the plague.
Yeah, well, he did not expect this kind of resistance in 500 years.
Yeah, he's like, he came home and he's like, now I can finally bully this little shit, and they just beat the
More to the
shit out of
point.
him.
Yeah, more to the point. He lost 2/3 of his health in literally 12 seconds.
Well, you
He
know
came
what?
back
That
to the
sounds like a
tutorial
him
stage and
problem.
died.
Right. However, he looks almost instinctual now. Almost like his animal instincts are kicking in over everything else. He
I was
He-
raising a bard. Fight me.
He just started New Game Plus. He wasn't expecting.
he stands up and again he leaps out away, taking attacks of opportunity from everyone except Anna.
Take a pie to the face.
Shit.
That's a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Lucas, you have to roll the pie, I believe, right?
No, this is
Oh,
a
you do
dex
homing.
save.
What?
Dex
Dex
save.
save.
Dex save. Okay, and that's going to be what, 16 or 17 DC, right?
Yeah, 17.
Give me a second here. Let me see. What is your Dex save?
Isn't it like 16 or 17 or something?
No. I mean, like, what is his? Why can't?
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, here it is. Oh, I think I rolled the wrong thing for your Tanglefoot bag. Well, that's fine. I think I rolled a Dex check. That's fine. Dex save. 14, not enough. Legendary resistance that I freaking forgot to use when you knocked him prone. But he's using it now. And saves.
God
Uses
damn
the
it.
Legendary resistance
Oh
to,
my goodness, he did
to
it.
dodge the pie.
He did the
I
thing.
I forgot, but that's fine. He rushes back to this corner and his eyes roll up into the back of his head. He's foaming at the mouth. He looks very, very injured.
Hold up.
There's
Mhm.
2 other attacks of opportunity.
Oh yeah,
Kid
yeah.
hasn't done hers.
Please do. Who?
I've done mine.
Oh yes, Kid.
Kid has
Yeah,
not.
Isaac's done his. Kid, do yours.
Oh, that was supposed to be a...
That's not a
Never
hit.
mind. Neither of those hit.
To be more precise,
toggle
both
off.
of them hit, but they slide off of an almost steel-like hide.
And
He-
is Anna able to or no?
No.
No,
because
I
she's
ain't giving
prone.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He puts his hands on the ground, taking a 4-point stance, opens his mouth with green, like smoke curling from it, and unleashes Breath of the Green Dragon in a 90-foot cone. Everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
Fucking
Even
God.
me, who's behind Lucas.
Yep, everyone. 90-foot cone. This is a breath weapon. It's hitting everything.
Give me a second, I'll just check in a few things.
Sure.
Oh, it was a Constitution thing. Fuck. It's the same plus for both.
Okay, gotcha.
Plus-
Lucas fails.
wait,
Mackenzie succeeds.
I didn't even roll yet.
I know. I'm just looking at everyone else. Kid and
You
Isaac.
said Lucas.
fails.
You said Lucas.
I'm sorry.
not
I'm sorry.
Isaac.
Isaac and Kid fail. Mackenzie succeeds. Let's see. Look at Lucas.
This is saving throw, Constitution.
correct. Saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh, you succeed. So, give me a second here. As you guys are just doused in green cloud of poison. And you take Isaac and Kid take 68 points of damage. Anna and Lucas take half that, so 34 points of damage.
Fucking
My
shit.
goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
30.
That's his turn. And he just kind of stands there, just bleeding from every orifice. His skin turns back into the normal fur-covered skin. Kid.
If actually
Mhm.
first, if my I don't think my aura leaves when I lose hit points, but can I still regenerate it when it reaches 0?
No, when it reaches 0, you have to recast it. Basically, it goes down if it hits 0.
I thought we said in the past, like if it hits 0, like the aura, like you do damage, it just doesn't protect me anymore.
No, because even in Rifts, if it hits 0, the spell ends. Just like any Armor of Ithyn or anything
we
else.
have had it act like the shields for the ship. Remember the missile with the ship, where it would finish off.
If she's not wearing any armor, sure, but it doesn't. No. It doesn't. her shield, just like any armor of Vithin or anything else, any damage will carry over. The rule we had
That wasn't what I was arguing.
Right, I know what you're saying, but no,
Okay.
the spell ends. You'd have to recast it if it hits 0.
Okay.
All right, Kid, you just took 68 points of damage. But that said, Slim is not looking good at all.
Was his you said that the bump to his AC was until after his turn was done. Was that the turn that just happened, or is it the turn that comes next?
No, it's over. His skin has turned back to normal until the end of his next turn.
So that was not a spell. It was just a...
It was a natural ability bred from a genetically engineered assassin. Yeah.
Got it.
Fucker.
Which, by the way, Kid didn't have that ability 500 years ago.
Well, it's been 500 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fucking coughing and sputtering Kid is going to fling themselves at him in a blind goddamn rage. And they're going to attack.
Okay. Roll first attack. 15, just not enough to hit. Just Slim just ducks out of the way. 21's enough to hit, though.
All right.
Slim ducks the first attack and then catches the second one straight upside the head.
All right, and hang on. Oh, nice. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna do that. 19 points. And then I believe that takes a superiority die, or...
To do what?
No, never mind. I was going to use Second Wind.
To heal? Well,
yes.
Don't worry about it, because he had 19 hit points left.
You're shitting me.
Literally had 19 hit points.
Fuck.
Kid gets the killing blow! Yes!
So he dodges your first attack, but Kid kind of planned for this and arced the mace around, the boomstick around, so that first dodge just brings his head into the second attack, and it's just a full connect. And you guys, there's this sickening crack as the boomstick just unleashes, and you see Slim's head spin far farther than it was meant to. And then Slim just falls to the floor with green acid trickling out of his mouth and hitting the wooden floor in a sizzle. And quiet falls over the cabin.
I'm gonna be real fast.
Okay, bye.
Anna runs to pee.
Where's the bathroom?
Isaac just goes to sit down in a chair with green ooze coming out of his mouth mixed with blood.
Kid's just breathing heavily, standing over Slim's body, just shaking furiously.
Lucas is trying to put things back into a standing position.
Covered in green gooey poison, Lucas has his priorities straight.
They'll notice.
I think they'll notice the hole in the wall first, Lucas.
Which one?
It's the wall's still there, just not covering everything like it always did, right? Right.
Kid takes a breath, stomps on Slim's head, and then walks back out into the living room to check on Gloop.
Gloop's standing in the same place they were when the fight started, just again, in the form of Beatrix. So it's a little odd because Beatrix as a person was battle hardened, right? You
Mhm.
know enough about Beatrix, she would have been right there with you. But Gloop, looking like Beatrix, still is a statue, except for the fact that they are shivering uncontrollably. And when Kid walks in there, he goes, "Is everyone okay?"
The ones that matter.
What?
Are you okay?
Who was that?
That was my sibling. And that is why I don't like seeing me.
Oh,
Are you okay?
oh. And Gloop starts like feeling themselves all over, and they go, "Yes, I'm okay."
Okay. Kid kind of takes a look around at all of the acid damage and the blunt force trauma on this fucking cabin.
Yeah,
And goes,
like this whole area is just covered in green, slightly corrosive liquid that's burning slowly through the wooden walls.
yeah, wouldn't that chair that Isaac's sitting on also have been covered?
Yep. I don't think it matters. Isaac's already, I mean, what's it going to do? Coat him more?
Oh, for some reason it rolled twice, sorry.
That's fine.
Kid will look around and then look back at Gloop and say, is there anything else you need from here?
No. No. We should go.
Yeah, I'm good to go too. Let's just get out of here.
And Kid,
Mhm.
again, one last thing that you as a character would know
Mhm.
of your siblings because of their nature, because of who they were. And while today they acted, I mean, up until the part where he got his ass handed to him, he acted kind of what you expected. He was the weakest of your siblings.
Oh, yeah. Kid remembers. There was a reason they called him a coward.
Mm-hmm.
After, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Kid's just going to look at everyone and say, if there's nothing else we need, we should get going.
Anna, you had a plus sign?
Anna wants to take a piece of paper from the note and write, "I'm sorry about the damage," and Gloop is fine, and then leave it in the same spot we found the book in the first place.
Oh, by the way, I will say, since you rolled, you succeeded in your saving throw against the dragon's breath, you were able to protect the book as well. So the
Oh,
book
thank
has taken
God.
no damage.
I was going to ask, but I was afraid.
I don't think I've said it because in the heat of the battle, like there's a lot of moving parts, but you succeeded in the check. You managed to shield yourself enough to only take half damage, and I would assume that would mean the book as well. So the book is okay.
So I take a page.
Yeah. You leave it on the desk.
No, I leave it in the same spot where we hid where the book was initially hidden.
Yeah, so wasn't it like underneath the desk or something like that?
It was a secret drawer.
Secret compartment.
Yeah, that Anna found. Yeah. Okay. And Galoop says, "Okay. What do we do with your sibling?"
Gesundheit. Kid glances back at the kitchen and goes, one second. And they move to go. They pick up his fairly smashed corpse and just walk out, and they're going to pretty much toss it into the tree line. to be devoured by whatever the fuck is out there.
Kid,
Hmm.
roll me an intelligence check, please.
Can do, buckaroo. Boop. 17.
17. As you pick up Slim's body and begin carrying it out, you realize as your mind, your very analytical, purposefully designed analytical mind starts thinking about the events of what happened, right? You start processing everything post-battle. You realize, especially with your more newfound talents, even if it's a bit morbid,
I could
if
totally
you
use him.
studied Slim's body and how Slim has evolved himself in the past 500 years, maybe you could copy something from it. You are, after all, evolving yourself.
Kid pauses, like they look like they're about to start heading for the woods, and then they turn around and go, well, come on, everyone, let's go. And start heading towards the ship.
Slim's body bouncing on the ground. His head
Yeah.
just...
No. They're
you threw it out
carrying,
already. Okay, gotcha.
like,
Understood.
No, they're carrying like a fireman hold.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So a little less dragging. You don't want to damage the specimen.
You see Kid carrying Slim's body with them as you all start making your way back to the ship. Anything else you would want to do here before you go? Everything's very quiet right now.
I checked the fireplace for a hidden doorway that might lead to a secret room behind it.
Roll an investigation check.
I'll help. Make it advantage.
Yeah, I make it advantage.
All right.
As Isaac, I guess, tosses up his hands and is just like, whatever.
Yeah, basically. He's gonna let Lucas amuse himself.
It's a very old fireplace with no hidden doors.
Not even like
Just
a
an
secret balloon?
It's got a flue. Like you can open up the flue to let smoke out.
Is there
Tiny
anything
door
hidden...
for a tiny person. I'm leaving.
Alright, let's go.
And you guys are able to walk the few miles back to your ship pretty much unhindered. Gloop's very quiet. Still, as you walk back, they managed to control their shaking, but they look very what's the word?
Unsettled.
Yes, thank you. Very unsettled by the whole experience. And you guys are able to make your way back to the ship, and you're able to board the ship, where you find Hart and Cathor and Sarah waiting with Ryle in the cargo bay anxiously as you come back up the ramp.
Kid goes wordlessly past them.
Kid, who's... Oh. As you carry this just slashed to ribbons and broken in half corpse that kind of resembles you. Taller, different horn structure, but same fur, same facial structure, same claws.
Mm-hmm.
And Hart just kind of watches as you go past and then looks over to Isaac questioningly.
Isaac's gonna shrug, still covered in the green goop, and he's like, I'm sore and tired.
Before they go upstairs to the modification workshop to autopsy their sibling, they're going to turn to everyone and say, you guys should probably take a shower.
Yeah.
You should take a shower.
No, I'm fine. I got this nice suit on, but I think my suit's gross.
I'm gonna take 4 showers. 1 for everybody.
How do you unslime suit? Do you just go into the shower with it, or
You put... Oh my god.
Wait!
Have
I
you...
might need that for more ooze power.
Oh my god.
Don't touch it.
If you want, you can harvest whatever's on my clothes too, but after that, you put it in the washing machine.
Oh,
Put
your clothes.
armor
Yeah,
in
I
the
can do that.
washing machine.
What?
Why would you put your armor in the washing machine?
You have really heavy duty washing machines.
Yeah, for mega this is a mega damage ship for mega damage washing.
Listen, my suit of armor comes with a cloak, plates, and another set of armor. The majority of it was on the cloak, which has removable plates, which is machine washable, thank you very much.
Just don't put the plate in there.
You don't say!
Suffice to say, you guys are able to recover, and Anna, maybe after a long hot shower, you are able
Oh, if
to
only
get
we
the
had
ship.
bathtubs.
I'm sorry?
If only we had bathtubs.
Right.
Yep.
Can they convert into bathtubs? That would be amazing.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
No. But they
It's
are
next on the
water
list.
showers, which
Next
you know a
on the
lot of
list.
ships don't have running water like that. They are at least water showers.
You know, actually,
Uh,
what you could do is you could go on the old Second Chance and we have a jacuzzi bathtub.
you do.
In
actually,
the
yes,
dusty
true.
ass thing nobody's been in months.
Yeah, like you're in
Yeah.
a ship all by yourself.
Oh, wait, that
wouldn't be
sounds
creepy
lovely.
at all.
That sounds lovely.
You could take a dip in the ocean through the hole Kid made.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But after you manage to clean yourselves up, you're able to get the ship back in the air, out of the atmosphere, and through on its way back. First things first, where are you headed?
Oh man, I'm headed to my clacking teeth to share my newfound ooze.
Gotcha. Lucas is headed to the Clacking Teeth.
I think the first and foremost, after we take our showers and everything, we give Sarah the data. And after that, we head in the direction of Frontier, but not go straight there. Like, go back towards civilization, and when we decode the rest of the data, we figure out where to go from there. That's my thought. What do you guys think?
I mean, this ain't Anna's time, so she can't tell you the good rest stop to get McDonald's along the way.
I'm sorry, my sound blipped off like over half of what you said, Isaac.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is we head towards civilization again. That
Yes.
direction. It's going to take at least 2 weeks to make it into the vicinity of Frontier, but we don't have to stop at Frontier.
Mhm.
Just go that direction. Meanwhile, we give Sarah the data from the book and let her decode it.
Gotcha. You mean the numbers?
Yeah, the numbers.
What about the rest of the journey?
do you mean?
Is there any way to contact? Well,
Well,
at this point, Kid would want to get in touch with and hopefully just straight up, essentially, nab Hellhound for their own good.
you mean back in the future?
Yeah, we'd
Yes.
have to go to the future. Which we
Alright.
can do. We can totally do.
I do know at some point Hart would say, "So did you find anything that where Paw is? Where he could be?"
Not
Found a
specifically.
book.
We found a book that had a bunch of information in there. A few references to some things that we did in the past. But the big one is all of these numbers. All of them. We don't know what they mean, but it's some kind of account and data.
And Sarah is like looking through it. She's like, "What's the black hole?"
What do you mean, what's black hole?
She
The
hands the
thing
journal
that-
back over to you.
Yeah.
And give me a second here.
Is it number 1 or number 2?
It's in both, actually, so I'll show them both to you.
Okay. Well, we have it in the handouts. I'm already looking
Oh,
at
okay.
number 1.
Oh, perfect. I didn't know if it kept it that way or not.
Fill an empty space. Fill an empty space.
I have been
Heart
tasked with
starts
taking
dancing.
some loser who didn't pay their debts to the black hole. That is a good
Yeah,
question.
page 2 is he had just taken a half dozen people to the black hole. It doesn't really sound like a hangout place, though.
No, it doesn't.
Unless he threw... and then just shuts up.
Well, that's an interesting one. The we know of a couple of black holes. One of them we dodged, or no, that was a supernova. We know of one in Zeberon, but he didn't know about Zeberon until now. I guess we can try and look for black holes, prominent black holes. Get in touch with guys at Zeberon. See if they know anything.
Yeah, my guess is most likely not the black hole is actually more of like a let's see, if it's a place for people to disappear. So that's most likely a region and not like a club.
Well,
Yes.
yes. A black hole is a very easy thing to make somebody disappear into.
Oh no, not like an actual black hole. See,
That's
the one thing I have noticed when doing the whole writing thing is that you're supposed to capitalize names, and that thing's a name.
is it?
I believe it was capitalized, yeah. It's a proper noun. Not that I think Anna would know what a proper noun is, but
Anna says, confused at herself.
did I actually pay attention? Shit.
Oh, look.
Yeah, the
She
black
knows
hole.
the capital G God, too.
Wow. Okay.
She is from Russia.
Okay, well,
Well,
I have like a database on here, right? Like on the computers.
Yeah, you guys have the database. You'd also have access to the extra.
Can I just start searching for what comes up if you like space Google black hole?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check. I would assume someone would be aiding her, yes?
Oh.
So do it at advantage.
I've been at a few shady places.
Oh, okay. Well, 16. Yeah, you find a few references to different things that could fit black holes, like things that are called black holes. There is a nightclub on Center Station. There is a maximum security prison on a planet that is actually just a number 6-7. Planet 6-7 is a bit out of the way. And the only other thing that you find on your extranet search that would even remotely fit what you're talking about is a what's like a place that people would typically go to get illicit items. It's it's on a planet you haven't been to before. It's a large system planet, and it's considered a famous but not talked about place where you can get things that are normally illegal because this planet's rules are very lax. It's like the Amsterdam of 3 galaxies.
So it sounds like an Anna kind of place.
Sure.
I mean, black market shit.
I mean, more so than I would hope the maximum security prison or the nightclub.
I mean, all three of them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because she should be in a max security prison. She'd be insulted if they didn't put her in one. even if the listed item place isn't what they're talking about, we might be able to get something from there.
It might be a place to check out, but I mean the prison planet seems like the one to make people disappear. Unless you're actually
yeah, but prisons have records.
Not all of them.
That's a pretty shitty prison.
Records can also be faked, can they not?
Let's see. You rolled a 16. I'm trying to think of what you would learn about this. Not a whole lot, Anna, which is off. Because normally prisons, especially publicly owned ones, are fairly open for good reason, right? They have to show accountability. You can tell that this prison is privately owned and keeps records private. So you don't find a whole lot out about this prison, other than it's a maximum security, privately owned prison on a planet named 67.
I don't want to break into a prison.
There's always the nightclub.
Fuck, I just want to go there in general, but that's not what we should do. Unless we want to hang out at the nightclub until we figure out which other one we're going to try.
It's over at Center, though.
And Sarah, who keeps reading through the back, she goes, These look like account numbers. Though I don't have any GL codes. It would take me a bit of time, but maybe I can find something from this.
How much time?
I don't know. Give me a week, maybe 2.
Well, it took us 2 weeks to get from Frontier to here.
Well, then I guess I have time. And Sarah will make her way to the Starluck Lounge and just start taking tons of sheets of paper with her, a computer, and just starts pouring over the numbers.
No, actually, can Anna help her on this?
Sure. I'd say when you're not flying the ship, yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have her roll the investigation check, but I'll have your aide give her advantage.
Okay.
But first things first, that'll be determined in a week or 2. For now, you guys need to determine a current course of action.
Yeah. That's why I was suggesting just heading that direction and seeing what we dig up. But we can totally head towards the black marketplace if you guys want.
Oh, let me throw you guys on the 3 Galaxy map because that might help you a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me. You're not out here. You don't have to worry about that no more. That little circle.
Fuck that area.
All right. So, you all are right here. That's where you currently are. That is where Earth is located.
Where?
Let me make it a little bigger. Right
Is it
there.
on the wrong layer? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was on the wrong layer or whatever.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Center is around here. And it is about, by ship, from where you are, you're looking at about a 3 to 4 week journey.
Okay.
Frontier Station, probably right about here. The illicit location, the Amsterdam, so to speak, is over here. And the black hole is in Anvil Galaxy over here.
It's in Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So if we go towards the black market area and it turns out to be the... Jeez. Okay. If it turns out to be the prison then we're going to be going in the opposite direction. But that's fine.
But it's same goes vice versa. If it's the prison and turns out to be the other place.
Yeah. It's kind of why I was thinking
Well-
of just going this way and then figuring out going that or that. Or we could
Yeah,
just
go to
here.
Frontier, see what more information we can get in 2 weeks, and then make a
Yeah.
bit more of an educated guess.
Yeah, because Frontier is right smack dab in the middle of the strip club or dance bar, whatever.
I will say, because you guys do have at least 2.5 weeks, if someone were to dedicate the majority of the 2 weeks to searching more, I would allow you to do another investigation check to see what more you might be able to pull up.
Kid's busy.
Apparently, I'm flawed.
I am.
No, go ahead.
I am also busy with shenanigans. Also, Lucas is not very good at investigating.
Anna, flying wouldn't really take up much of your time. You kind of just
Okay.
set the course and go.
So, I mean, that sounds like something Anna would do in her free time. Unless Isaac wants to take over.
Oh no! I have stuff to build.
I mean, if you want assistance, Kid can help.
Is that directed towards me or Isaac?
You.
Well, Kid, if you want
Okay.
to focus on what you were thinking of, you wouldn't be able to help. Not enough to give advantage to it.
That's fair.
We have
Awesome.
NPCs.
Yeah, I
We do.
figured.
So I'll say this. Who would you like to help with what? You have Hart. Sarah's currently indisposed. You have Cathor, and you have Father Retu.
Father Retu's from this time period, isn't he?
Yes.
So, like, how good with computers is he, though?
He's not horrible. I mean,
I
he's
mean,
not
Anna would
from
probably walk into
Stone Age.
whatever room he is, not say hi or anything, just be like, how good at computers are you?
I can make my way around them. It's hard to live in this age without knowing how to use computers, at least to a certain extent. Why do you ask?
I just found a co-mechanic. Because I might need your help doing some searching, if you have the time.
I am at your disposal.
Okay, technically Lucas can help, but not in the way of like lending an extra hand, but by just motivation.
Oh, he can inspire. Okay, so for mechanic reasons, I'll let you inspire once. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Because you can
Right.
technically just keep casting inspiration.
What in the
I
hell
sure
are you
can.
doing?
I don't know, I found a cool thing!
Mechanic one. So, no, Mackenzie, that's actually really useful if you're in combat and you wanted to note the path.
I know,
your
I
character
wanted it
takes.
so bad during combat! And I found it by accident.
Uh-huh. You basically hold shift down while you click.
Oh, that's
spaces
not
on
what
the
I'm
map.
doing!
What are you doing?
I'm holding down left button to, like, move it forward, and then I'm right-clicking.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh
works too.
wow,
Yeah.
that's right.
So, like, especially in combat, if you want to, I move this way and then that way.
All right, so potentially here, then either here or here.
In this tiny galaxy built for ants.
Yes.
All right, so Lucas, I would allow you to inspire everyone at least once for whatever tasks they're doing. As Lucas, I guess, goes around giving motivational speeches.
He's
That sounds
saying
about
hi.
Hang on.
Oh my god, kid.
Lucas, both of you!
All right, so again, you've got Father Retu who's going to be helping Anna. You've got Cathor, you've got Hart, and you have Kid doing stuff. Isaac working on stuff.
Mhm.
And Sarah looking at those numbers. So, what NPCs do you think would be best fit for?
Would Cathar even care about magic things?
Yeah, he's a techno wizard.
Would he care about ooze?
Uh, sure, he would. Yeah. I mean, he's got a very curious and analytical mind.
Right.
And
So
Mackenzie's
that's an
writing
easy
boobs.
option.
Guys,
Yeah.
focus
Yeah.
a little less on the drawing and a little more on what you want your NPCs doing.
I already said what I wanted.
It's very important, okay?
Goodness. I think Father Etu might be good for helping do grunt work searching things. Maybe. I mean, trust is still on the but like.
Father Retu would say, and he would tell you all. He'd basically say, "Well, I am okay with computers. If anything, my talents lie in helping people find peace and patience and detail. Being a priest for as many years as I have, you learn to approach all tasks with a certain level of detail and patience that many people lack. It allows you to see things that some miss, simply not through intelligence, but through sheer diligence. If I had to say I had a strength that might help you, I suppose that would be it."
No, Heart can't do it. She's busy with book.
No, that's Sarah.
No, Sarah's
Sarah's busy.
Oh,
with it.
Sarah busy with book.
You don't trust Cathar?
Then how about Hart works with that stuff. Father comes with me with that kind of thing, and whatever the flip Isaac's doing can have Mr. whatever his
Cathar?
mechanic.
So hang on. So Retu goes with Lucas, Cathar goes with Isaac, and Hart goes where?
With Anna.
What wasn't Anna getting
I thought
help
I
from
asked
Father
Father to help
Retu?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did ask for help. I'm letting the group determine if that's I mean, Anna, if you want, he's basically at everyone's disposal. So you guys can choose as a group where Father Retu goes, unless Anna's saying no, I'm stealing him. In which case,
That's fine.
yeah.
I just remember that I just looked over that kid, didn't trust him. And if you're okay with just kind of going like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because we're literally looking into something that could potentially be information that a possible saboteur wouldn't want us to know. I don't know. I don't trust him.
I mean, he's on the ship with us. I think at the least he's gonna hear us talking about the black hole and stuff.
I know, but if he's actively the one who's assisting with the research, I don't know. That's just
Yeah, okay.
thought
Oh, okay, I
process.
see what you're doing. That he might tell me, he might find something that will send me astray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Or come up with something. Yeah, that's fair. I don't mind. I don't need help with my stuff.
Okay.
At
True.
least
Yeah,
finishing
actually,
off.
Isaac, you'll finish yours in 2 weeks, regardless.
Yeah, no matter what, he's
So then
gonna finish
Cathor
his.
can help me.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
The only thing I want to say is he will be concerned. And all of that, he will try and comfort Hart, even though probably not gonna work that well.
Actually, it seems less needed than you might expect. Heart, it has a different demeanor once you guys get back on board and start discussing, because even though it's flimsy, even though it doesn't mean much at the moment, you have two leads, two potential things. You have the numbers, you have whatever this black hole is. That's a start. And she almost grasps onto it like a way to focus. Like this is how we find Pa. So she looks less like she needs consoling and more like she is determined. And she says, well, if no one else is going to help, I guess I'll help Sarah.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I'm not exactly the best at math, but, well, it's hard to put together a ship if you don't understand numbers. You get an angle wrong, or you miscalculate on your drive core power, and boom.
Yeah. I think you're a lot better at math than you think.
I hope so.
You'll do fine.
So, the 2-week journey starts. You guys start heading towards Frontier Station-ish. And Cathor. So I'm going to go around the table. First things first. Lucas goes around as the party cheerleader, giving everyone a roll of inspiration for when they make the actual roll for this checks, right? Which would basically just mean that, yeah, like, this is not a he drops by once and then leaves. This is and Lucas, this isn't going to cut into your time, but if you understand, this would be Lucas constantly giving people words of encouragement. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but
you got this.
Going around.
You got this.
Yeah.
Handing out Halloween candy.
What is Lucas doing? We're guessing, but we don't know Lucas's mind.
So what he's going to do is take his flute, and he's going to do a marching parade through the ship with his clacking teeth. And just do a light jingle and pass through, like, room after room, basically.
Nice. All right. Isaac, you don't need to roll. You've already made the roll. In the 2 weeks' time, you finish your gun blades.
Sweet.
They are done. They are ready to go.
Fantastic.
Kid. Cathor turns out to be surprisingly helpful. Not because he has an enormous understanding of biology per se, but because he has an immense understanding of how things work. He is one of the foremost experts in techno-wizardry, which is combining things that could not be more different. Technology and magic, and making it work, which means that he has an almost instinctual eye for looking at a system, be it biological, and seeing this leads to that, and this is what makes that go, right? So he doesn't understand the biology of it, the chemistry of it, like Kid does. But when Kid gets stuck and just doesn't understand how this makes that happen, he has a knack of actually pointing out, well, maybe it works like this. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get into details because I don't know how things breathe acid or turn their body to steel, but he kind of can help. You know, he has surprisingly helpful abilities with that. I would like you to roll me an investigation check with, and here's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be advantage, because I think that choosing the right NPCs or the wrong NPCs should affect this. So I want you to add +5 to your check, and if you want, Lucas's D10 for inspiration.
Fuck yeah.
So roll me a D20 and a D10 and add 5 to whatever you roll.
Okay. So, and you said investigate?
Investigate, correct. Which, by the way, happens to be one of your best traits.
It is. Boop.
So you roll a 15 plus a d10.
D10.
9
Nice.
plus 5. So 29.
Fuck
Kid,
yeah.
how many
Mhm.
ISP points do you have?
The 9 was already in there.
Huh? No. The plus
No,
9 was
no.
for her skill in investigation.
Yeah, the 9 was
What's
the inspiration die.
What's the plus
Yeah.
5 then?
Cathra's help.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's fine.
You're not paying attention. Hey,
How much ISP do you have, kid?
let me check. Actually, no, we didn't do ISP because literally the only thing that kid can do is floop.
Okay,
But
then we're
currently
gonna change that. We're gonna change that now.
Okay.
You have 30 ISP.
Oh.
Okay, flooping costs 5. Well, actually, let's say how many times could you floop a day?
It wasn't a day, it was per short rest, and that
Okay, per
was
short
4 times per short rest.
4 times. Okay. So flooping costs you 3. So we're changing this because you're getting new abilities, right?
Okay.
So the same powers that you use to floop, you can use into other things because you rolled a flipping 29. You get the following things. I'm gonna shoot them over to you, or I'll put them in the chat. All right.
Okay.
For everyone who has time or would like to listen to this, I put down a little jingle of what it would sound like.
Kid, you, with Cathra's help, are able to understand how Slim changed his form, and you learn bestial transformation. You now have the ability to use the same psychic powers used to floop to alter your body in a variety of ways that last for 1 hour until you die or until you use a bonus action to end it. And you find out more that you only saw Slim use it to harden his body, but you find that so many other things you can do with it. You can grow gills. You can be better at climbing. You can grow wings. You can heighten your senses even beyond what they normally are. You can gain flippers to swim. You can toughen your hide to make you harder to hit.
Kid, you're a badass.
Oh boy.
Now, here's the coolest part. When you choose to use this ability, you can choose any of these abilities up to 7 points. So
Okay.
you can harden your hide and grow gills and get climbing speed, or you can grow wings and perfect sense. You know what I mean? Like any combination up to 7 points.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me slap that into my character sheet.
In addition, because a 29 is fucking amazing, you learned one more ability that he had.
Mm-hmm.
You learn through Cathra's help that while you haven't used them because you didn't even realize they were there, you have venom glands in your mouth. And you now have the ability to cast Venom Strike. As an action, you create a poison spray that targets one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 poison damage per psi point spent up to 7, and is poisoned until the end of your next turn. because a 29 is an absolutely amazing roll.
Oh my god.
Cool.
So here's what happens. Kid, it takes you and Cathor about a week to study this and find this and how this works, right? And it takes you about a week to learn to do it yourself. So for about a week, Kid is wandering around the ship like drooling venom because they can't quite control it yet, and it just kind of drools everywhere. And you'll see them like with a half-grown wing sticking out of their back because they're still learning all of this. And within the 2.5 weeks, you get basic control of it. Kid, when you use your bestial shape, you'll roll me a D100. On a 90 to 100, it misfires because you're not mastered of it yet. So it's only 10% chance, but there's a 10% chance that it won't quite change the way you're hoping it will.
Gotcha.
Make sense? And that'll go down in time.
It's kind of a wild magic issue.
Yeah, but the more you use it, the less the percentage will become.
Gotcha.
Because this isn't a permanent thing. This is you've only been trying to do this for a week.
They're 5. Give them a break. They're going through puberty.
So yeah, you learned a lot from this. Next, we will have Lucas. Lucas.
Okay.
I don't believe you have the ability to inspire yourself, unfortunately.
I do.
You do. Never mind.
I'm a clever boy.
You do. You can inspire yourself for ability checks.
He's a very clever boy.
Go ahead and roll. This wouldn't be. What would this be for Lucas? Because it's not so much an investigation. It's more of a wisdom, if that makes sense. I would think it's not. Well, I guess it's the same either way, right? Lucas is as smart as he is wise. So roll me an investigation check and add your inspiration to it as you inspire yourself.
Now, can I?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really know how this thing works and whatnot.
Sure.
But I would like to think a lot of this is just mental stuff and willpower to see, like, to basically change oneself to try to do this, right? Is this like
right? This is less study and more Lucas willing himself to copy it.
Now, this will sound really dumb, and you can say no very quickly, but
okay.
Do you think persuasion would be a thing?
Persuading yourself?
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
I'll run with it, sure. Rule of fun, right? Lucas tries to persuade himself that he can do this too. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check and add your inspiration.
All right. Here we go. Oh, that was with advantage. Sorry.
That's fine. No, that we'll take the 25 and add your, because we take the first roll. Jesus, you rolled a 16. Add your inspiration. 4.
29.
Jesus. All right. Lucas, if I'm understanding correctly, you're trying to see if you can use this somehow to increase the abilities with your new finger.
Basically, I maybe like join it together, maybe like compare and things like that, but generally just like maybe have just like a pile of ooze to try to maybe will or like test.
Yeah, I understand. You're able to determine that Actually, I'm not quite sure how this works. You convince yourself that you can do this better than you've been doing it before. Your ability to do the touch and then get it recharged in a 5 or a 6 has now become you can do it every turn as a bonus action. And its reach extends to 10 feet.
Ooh.
So there's no roll to recharge. It's every turn as a bonus action. If you choose, you can do it.
Oh boy.
And
Alright.
it's an ability you had all along. You just had to convince yourself you did.
This is basically how he did it with the finger itself.
Right?
Now, with this ability, is it what kind of flavor is it? Do I like whip my finger at them and like part of it comes off and regrows, or
I'll leave that up to you, pal.
I would like that. I would
Okay.
like to be able to remove and
fling a
regain
finger
my
at them.
finger.
You fling a finger at them and smack them with it, and then it regrows next turn. I like that. Except it doesn't go very far, just 10 feet.
Yeah,
Because it's fingers, not very aerodynamic.
it's hard to fling it off your own hand. You're not used to this.
All right. Moving on. So Isaac has some new badass guns that allows him to switch between ranged and melee at will.
Yes.
Kid.
Basically, to outline what his intention was he took Colt 1911s, 3 pairs, which we have. I already have them. One will be refitted with the Thunder Guns, but have a rail system built in so that he can put these blades on and switch them off. Another one will be laser, and another one will be just normal SDC bullets. So that at any time, he can just always have a pair of guns with knives attached to them, basically. Little short swords.
That I think do, 1d6, right?
It's either D6 or
dex.
D8. It depends on if you want to do short sword or long sword.
We'll do short sword.
Okay, sounds
long
good.
sword's going to get kind of awkward, but it'll use your dex because they're considered light weapons.
It'll use my dex, along with it'll proc my multi-attack instead of what you saw with the Psy Blades. And I also have another ability called Intuitive Combat, which those would work with.
Yes, they would indeed.
Yeah.
For the viewers, what does Intuitive Combat do?
So Intuitive Combat is not the same from what we did with Rifts. With Rifts, you usually enter a stance or a mental state where you cannot cast psychic abilities anymore. And you get a bunch of bonuses to parry, you can dodge any attack, etc. What I did when converting over to 5e was super simplistic. Let's see, where is it? Intuitive Combat. You add your int to your melee attack rolls and melee damage rolls, and your melee weapons get the finesse trait, so they can be used with either strength or dex.
Correct.
So you add your int roll because you're a psychic, and you're essentially becoming better with melee weapons.
Lucas changed his character sheet to show that he's a sub-race ooze. And he's now a multi-class ludicrous mage / ooze master.
I love that.
Did you write on your character sheet what your ooze finger does anywhere, Piph?
You should do that.
I'm basically doing that now. I had to refine that
because I know I'll forget in a week. So Isaac has new badass guns that synergize so well with him. Yeah. Lucas, his finger grows ever more powerful. He now has the ability to fling it at will. Kid, before I describe more, you have a plus sign?
Yes, I was wondering if Kid does a successful bite attack, would they be able to simultaneously use the venom attack?
Not yet. More study might increase your abilities.
Okay.
The way the venom glands are set up is they are set up to
Projectile.
to shoot out, not to inject.
Gotcha.
So, like, what you're thinking of would be like a snake where the venom glands are coming through the fangs. This is more like a sac at the back of your cheek that spits out.
Oh no, I was just thinking that they like bite, tear, and just kind of bleh.
There's an ability that is similar to that, but you don't have it yet.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
Also, I should point out your psi points recharge after a long rest, not after a short rest. So you have 30 points every day, basically.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
And I believe, don't you have an amulet?
They've got a nifty thing.
How many ISP did that hold?
Like 40 or something.
Yeah,
All right,
something
I'll have
close
to
that.
modify that because 40 is huge now. It holds another 15. So with the amulet, every day you could have because the amulet recharges every dawn. Or basically every long rest, because what you can do is you can pump energy into it and still rest. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we should be fair about this. You will still have to put 15 energy in it. So like let's say you end a day and you have 15 left, you can pump it in there, and then at the long rest you'll get your 30 back. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So with the amulet you have a total of 45 per day. To shoot venom at people and to change your body at will. Anna. You find Father Retu is immensely helpful.
He's a clergyman. I hope so.
He spends 2 weeks, every waking hour, even while eating, crawling over the extranet for anything having to do with black hole. He, when your eyes are tired and you're stressed and you just can't even, he keeps going because his entire life has built a level of patience and that you particularly cannot fathom.
Kenzie can, Anna can't.
Right. Roll an investigation check. You can add Lucas's D10 and add 10 to that roll as well for Retu's help.
So just roll and then roll a d10 separately?
Correct.
Okay.
So roll a d20 and add so roll an investigation, which is a 24 plus 10, 34. Add Lucas's inspiration die
6.
to it. 40. You rolled a 40 investigation as Anna and Retu just kill it. They learn everything. Every 13-year-old child that mentioned black hole in the video game, you've got the chat records.
Jeez.
They should be banned.
I was going to just give you a little bit more information about each place, but you rolled a 40. So within 2 weeks, here's what you find. That maximum security prison is a privately owned prison. And there's a fun couple of things you learn through extensive, exhaustive search. One, that this private security prison has been known to do business with less than savory people to make problems disappear within their walls. And two, Vector has had dealings with it before.
You were right, Isaac.
I was right.
And 3, in a dark, dark corner of the extranet, in what's considered the dark web, hidden beyond piles and piles and piles of data, you find what no one imagined would even exist, a blueprint of the black hole.
4chan.
Oh, on 4chan? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No, I said the thing no one
Found
would believe
4chan.
existed. 4chan.
You find a blueprint of the black hole.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Not anything other than the structural. You basically just the blueprint. So it doesn't like give you who works there and who's where, but it tells you the layout of the prison, which I will now have to draw for you for next week. Because I'm not just going to show you.
I had to give a wish for the last blueprint.
Right. You rolled a 40. People don't do that in 5th edition.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Father Retu and you managed to find a blueprint of the black hole, in addition to knowing that Vectors had dealings with it and that they are known to make people disappear for money. Pretty confident that this is probably the black hole Beatrix was talking about. And next week, I will give all of you a blueprint for the facility.
So Anna, at one point, is just going to walk past Isaac, just probably exhausted, and just say, I owe you a drink, and walk away with no explanation.
Last but not least, I have to roll for Sarah and Hart. Sarah, who has been trained, who most of her life, actually, she was not someone who was good with numbers. She wasn't like a mathematician or anything like that. She didn't have an analytical mind, but she did have a very clever and quick mind. But when she trained with the Corsairs, she dedicated herself heart and soul to it and picked up skills very quickly. Skills that she didn't have before, at the very least didn't know she had before. Hart is not exactly the kind of person who could pore over charts and see patterns in numbers, but she's no slouch when it comes to numbers, so she is able to help Sarah a little. So Sarah is going to roll an investigation check, +3 for Hart's help, and then she'll roll a d10 for Lucas's inspiration. So it's Oh, and then +3, so that'll be So it's a d20 plus 11, 16, and then Lucas's inspiration, a 1.
17.
So fine. That's fine. That's good. It's not a 29. That's 17. About 2 weeks into it, Sarah calls everyone into the Starlock Lounge, and you see that there are papers everywhere, numbers written down in all kinds of patterns and all kinds of methods, and things scratched out and thrown away, and the room is just littered with this. And finally, you see Sarah looks like she's lacking a lot of sleep. Her eyes are red. She's been going at this hardcore. She doesn't have the patience Retu does, so she can't handle it with the same grace, but she has been dedicating a lot of time to this. And towards the end of the 2 weeks, she calls everyone in there. She goes, I have something. Not much to go on, but it's something, and it's something Vector wanted to hide very badly. These are all account numbers. They're account numbers and values. And I was able to finally piece together that they are transactions Vector has made to different banks for different reasons. Now, I don't know what these reasons are. You can't tell that just from the numbers, but I can figure out where they go and what banks they go to. Most of them are very easy. Once you crack the code, I guess you would say 1 million credits to this bank, 10 million credits to that bank. These are all on the books, but there's one thing that I saw that was like a thread, and when I pulled at it, there was a set of numbers and a value that had no form of annotation to it. And this value was siphoned subtly from other values. A few credits here, 100 credits there, 50 credits there, to form a sum of 50,000 credits every 3 months that would be transferred to this account in a bank known as the Red Lion. Whatever this is, Vector personally went through enormous efforts to make sure no one found out that he was doing it. And considering that, as far as I can tell, he runs the organization, the only reason I can see why he would even need to do that is because there's something here he doesn't want anyone to know about. Not even his own allies.
I might be connecting dots that shouldn't be connected. When I went into the ship the first time, I went into his room and I found a locket with a picture of a wolfen on the inside. That's all the information I have, but don't keep lockets of just anyone.
You did?
Yeah, I wanted to be a smartass and I left that at a bottle of wine in his prison cell.
Hmm. Well, that's
So it
very
might be
interesting.
connecting dots that shouldn't be connected, like I said. But remember that one politician on Zeberon and what he would go through to protect a person.
True.
Regardless, it might be a weak point.
It sure as hell seems like one.
All I have is in a bank and an account number and 50,000 credits a month. Maybe not much to go on, but it's a thread to pull at least.
Where is the bank?
Red Lion. It's on center.
That's where then we were when the initial thing went down too, right?
Initial thing?
Like where the ship was that I just said I went
That
into.
was Frontier Station, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, that was on
I
Pulse
couldn't-
Station.
Yeah.
So that was
Okay,
when
but
we
still.
came through a portal and had all those layers of center.
Okay.
I completely forgot about the wolfen.
I've been keeping that in my back pocket. But I don't. Yeah.
And Sarah just eventually just sits down, like exhausted, and she goes, I just hope it helps.
You did a good job, Sarah.
Yeah. You did a very good job.
So, you now have a couple of possibilities, a couple of
Mhm.
threads to pull.
Mm-hmm.
A tiny little thread called the Black Hole Maximum Security Prison and
Yeah.
its blueprints, which I promise I will get to you guys over the course of the week. Slightly smaller thread that might, if Anna's correct, lead to perhaps a weakness, a point of a chink in the armor, if you will, for Vector, or
Yeah.
perhaps some other thing that you have yet to find out, that has a trail that starts at the Red Lion Bank on Center,
Yeah.
and 50,000 credits every 3 months.
The first thing that I'm thinking of out of character, and this is out of character, my character would not know this. Have you guys ever watched Office Space?
I have.
Yeah, that's where my mind first went. Just move a decimal or two, drop those numbers and all of that into a bank account, and all of a sudden you have several thousands.
I know where you're going with that. I don't think that was what was being said. So it's 50,000 a month.
Every 3
to a
months.
Specific.
Every 3 months.
Okay.
Every 3 months. Excuse me.
Mhm.
To one specific place.
And if we're moving like large numbers and things like that, like if you're talking about like the decimal points of credits and taking all of those and adding all of those sums to like billions and whatnot, that would
Yeah.
not add up to the number that was being said. It's actually kind of a reasonable amount, if not slightly higher than like a yearly normal pay. What I would suggest would probably be, this is out of character, of course. What I
Yeah.
suggest probably something along the lines of either medicine or just enough money to actually just have a nice like life.
Living wage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like a stipend or a oh god, what's that? A trust fund.
We put
Something
Odin
like
in the
that.
retirement home.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Although,
Fuck, we haven't even reached the future yet, and we already got all these.
yeah, we sure as hell
Mhm.
haven't reached the future, but at the same time, you know what I'm thinking?
Hmm.
That prison would be the perfect place to put somebody like Pa, who's just a
Yeah,
loose end.
100%.
that's why
Yeah.
Anna's admitting you're right.
Yeah. Shit.
With the numbers that we have, with the accounts that we have, would we be able to extract money?
No.
Oh.
No, you would not be able to.
Would we be able
Too
to
much
transfer
unlocked
money
for
to
that.
there?
How good are you at hacking?
Oh, I'm not saying I do it myself.
Anna hides under
Oh,
tables.
we can do it the old-fashioned way and give Lucas a mustache. And try to,
Well,
My God.
like it's
try to
certainly
pass
that would
it
be
off to
hilarious.
somebody else.
See,
Mhm.
my thought with that was, well, he's trying very hard to hide it. What if we just transferred a bunch of money and made it painfully obvious?
I mean, you're putting a lot of trust in a corrupted system.
I mean, yeah,
So
we're gonna lose
here's
that money.
Here's
But
what I can
That's
tell
not
you.
what I meant. I meant that
He-
people
Yeah.
become suspicious at a large amount of money.
Here's what Sarah could tell you. All you have are amounts of monies and accounts that they go to. You don't have any login credentials or identifiers that actually lead this back to Vector. You only know it's Vector because Beatrix copied it from his personal ledger. So there's no login
there's no-
or identifier.
Well, there's no wire transfer number or anything like that?
No. So you have the account numbers, right? You could deposit a bunch of money into an account, right?
Yeah.
But at the moment, with the information you have no way to make it look like it was anyone yourselves that did it. Like, there's no way to copy it and make it look like Vector did it because you don't know what credentials he uses.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, doesn't mean you can't acquire said things, but you don't have them at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
for
it
some
would
reason,
just be a random person deposited a lot of money into this account.
yeah. For some reason, it's making me think like Fisk protecting his girlfriend. That's what I'm
I'm
thinking.
also like, I think this is just the other than the 3 months thing, because that's so consistent. I think this is just general criminal business.
Maybe.
And I also like going to real life. Read an article recently where someone was like stealing money from the Newfoundland like school board, and they bought lawnmowers from a business that wasn't even lawnmowers in the middle of a snowstorm, and nobody caught it. So I don't think people like they're going to see that. I don't think they're going to go, we need to investigate that immediately. I think you're putting a lot of trust in a system that doesn't care.
Okay.
Everyone,
Okay. I got
everyone, real quick, just because you guys, this would be fair. Everyone, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, step aside.
Yeah, I know, Lucas. You get this. Get on this.
Which intelligence am I clicking?
Oh.
Because I always click the wrong one.
The intelligence skill, not the saving throw.
Okay.
Fine, Isaac. Steal my thunder.
All right, everyone. Lucas is in the house.
Oh,
No. Isaac, you guys are mulling over possibilities, what it could be, right?
Mhm.
And it occurs to you, and you verify with Sarah. This is Vector's personal ledger, and what you can tell from it, and from what Sarah tells you, Vector is in 100% full control of these funds, which means that he doesn't have to siphon anything off for himself. He's in full control. He could spend this money any way he wants to. He could just take it all for himself and run at any point. It's his money. So whatever he's trying to do, he's trying to do it not because he's trying to siphon money off for himself or anything of that nature. He's doing it to hide something. He's doing it so that no one knows he's doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Because this is his money. So it's not like he's stealing it from another company. This is money that's already been stolen and added to his account.
it's for someone else. I'm calling it now.
Yeah. That's what I'm starting to think now.
What kind of like is it a consistent day? The
Yes.
3 months one?
Yes.
Down to
So
the day,
if
down
we
to the hour?
can
More or less within an hour usually.
Oh wow, he's pretty robotic. But if that's the case, if it's someone coming to get the money, unless it's like all like electronic transits and stuff, I don't know. But if it's like they have to physically go to the bank, we can maybe stake out the bank around that date. See if anyone comes and gets it, like just see what happens.
I
Yeah.
don't know how credits work, but I know in real
Yeah.
life you got to get money from somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fairly easy nowadays with like apps and stuff to digitally transfer.
Yeah, that's what I started saying. I thought, I'm
From one
like, wait,
account
my
to
mom sure just
another.
transferred me $50 and I'm not gonna have to go to the bank to get that, so why is that
Yeah.
any different in real life?
And credit chips are pretty
There is
abundant.
usually a money cap limit for that though.
Well,
Saying.
I don't know. Yeah, this
I
isn't
think
like next
this-
like go.
I was gonna say I think this is an excellent time to end the session because there's a lot of things you could discuss over the course of the next week, and even more so when I get you your blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And we can pick this up next week when you guys have maybe a better idea of what your first target is.
Yeah.
Huh. Sounds like a plan.
All right. You give me a few days, but I'll get you a quote unquote blueprint. And what I can promise is it'll be the layout and it'll be the actual size in feet. So I'll
Fancy.
throw it up on Roll20 so that you guys could measure if you want for, I don't know, whatever you kids do these days. And I'll let you all know when it's up.
Wings.
All righty.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
All right.
Everyone, thanks for coming. Man, it was a fun session.
Whew.
Oh
You killed
my
Slim.
god.
We killed Slim.
One of the most dangerous assassins in the world, genetically engineered to kill. And he
Apparently the
basically-
lesser end of that though.
basically was genetically engineered to get his ass kicked.
I mean,
It's true.
pretty much.
Yep. He's super impressive, guys. He just got knocked down a lot. And
That was the perfect move, though. That was
Oh my
absolutely
God. Battlemasters
fantastic.
are so underrated. They can control
They
the
are-
battlefield so well.
Yeah, they are so good.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week as this group continues to try and figure out what Vector's up to and how they can take him down.
Yeah.
And maybe save Pod or whatever.
Something like that.
Wow. Thank you guys for
Too
watching.
many
Take care.
threats.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.